Citations tab shows you exactly which pages on the internet are cited in the AI responses. If I have set up different regions in my prompt setup, I can filter through the different regions here. I can also toggle between the citations where my brand was being mentioned in the AI response and where my brand was not being mentioned in the AI response. One quick tip, please select non-branded queries here. Non-branded queries is where the real battleground is. If people look for your brand, of course, the likelihood of being mentioned will be higher because the AI search engine literally looks for your brand. Nonetheless, if a user is not aware of your solution, of your product, of your brand, then they will type in a non-branded prompt. I can always export all of my citations via this button. Here you can find the top 20 citations by domain. What you will notice is that it differs quite heavily for each AI search engine. Here we see ChatGPT, here we see Google AI Overview, and here we see Google Gemini. Let's go back to ChatGPT. The weekly mentions by top domain shows me in absolute numbers the amount of times a specific domain was cited in an AI response. If I scroll down, I can find the different categories of citations. We find here comparison portal, blog, knowledge-based product. Something interesting to note is if I, for example, select a different engine, you will also find different categories by mention. That is why I always recommend identify the specific AI search engine they want to optimize for. Then focus first on that specific AI search engine. Let's say I want to improve on ChatGPT, so I select ChatGPT and then I find here the different categories. You have a comparison portal, you have a blog, a knowledge base, etc. Comparison portal indicates often a listicle, a portal where they compare solutions, so that could be interesting to get mentioned on. If I select it, I can scroll down and I can find the top URLs. I can then click on this arrow, get to the specific page and reach out with the question, how can I get recommended on this specific URL? If I, for example, want to create content, I go to the relevant categories, let's say a blog, then I scroll down and then I can find the kind of content, the kind of blogs that I would need to create. I would go to the website and get inspired by how they structure their content, which content they have on their website, and create something similar, because it has shown that this content type, that this content format, that this content structure is favored by ChatGPT. If I, for example, want to improve my own product, I can select product as well as product blog. Let's select this, scroll down, go to the URL and find out how do they structure their content, which content do they include on their page. Then get inspired by it and create something similar. That's it. It's not complicated. Citations show me exactly which pages on the internet are being favored by which specific AI search engines, and then I would need to get or inspired by how they format, how they structure their content and create something similar, or if it is, for example, a third-party blog that compares different solutions, find a way to get mentioned on that specific page. Interesting to note here is the higher you are on the page, the more valuable it is. A final thing to mention here is you can always filter between the filters, or you can drill down again within your specific tags.